Hi to us, here's a look at the 2026 and onwards F3A Clubman Schedule. Start with a bit of wind down the runway so we can have a look at wind fraction and shapes. And the takeoff is judged, so don't pull it off the ground. Less than 30 degrees is what it says, but basically keep it neat and tidy. And climb out to the appropriate height, and then you can make a 180 degree turn downwinds. Nice and wide because you're looking to position the aircraft at the 150 metres away from you mark. And the judging finishes when you go past yourself, so I'm going to use the tree there as usual, and then you get your free turn round. So again, as usual, half a reverse Cuban 8 is kind of ideal. Allows you to climb the aircraft up, see what's going on with the wind up aloft as well as down below, and take your time coming back down and round. The box doesn't apply, so you can go a bit further if you want to, and then you run back in for the first manoeuvre, aerobatic manoeuvre that is, which is a inside loop. So make it fairly large, because if we do this we can make all the next 2 or 3 manoeuvres coming up all about the same sort of radius and make it nice and round. So that starts the loop. And then we've got an Ullman turn, so again we can make that radius about the same as we did with the loop. And if you can, find a bit of a marker with the trees there, so you can finish above where you start, and without marking a line at the top, immediately roll the aircraft the right way up. Then we come for the outside loop, the bunts. Again, with that same sort of radius, we should have a feel for the aircraft, for the wind, and the power that we're going to be using, to make that nice and round as well. And we go back up to the top. Again, using that same radius just helps make everything neat. And then don't go too far downwind, so straight in with a split S, so half a roll, no line. And again, we just sort of pop round to the bottom. You get a little breather here because we're going to set up for a Cuban 8 with standard Cuban 8 with rolls, half rolls. So go a bit further than you think you need. And again, make this radius about the same as you've been doing with the loops and the split S and all the other things to make life easy. Allow for the wind on the way down, so just over 45 degrees. And then pull back round, and again, the wind's affecting the model. It's probably quite often be flat out here. Take your time, think of the radiuses, get to that 45 degree downline, roll the aircraft round. And we're going to set up the stall turn. And you can go as far as you like towards the end of the box for this one, which will make the following roll a little bit easier. You can go as high as you like, as low as you want, whatever the model feels good. Do the turn, correct for the wind on the way down. You can see the down elevator going in there to get the same down line, and then pull out. And because I went a little way, I can have a little pause, get some speed, and then we can do the slow roll. The next manoeuvre is shown in the diagram as sort of 2, but it's actually judged as 1 manoeuvre. So we get half a square loop, so we make a radius, pull up nice and high because we're going to do a spin afterwards, make the same radius at the top, finish that, and then do the roll, which is why it shows 2 different things on the RSD. And we went to the end of the box, which gives us plenty of time to slow the aircraft down for the 2-turn spin. Again, take your time. Allow the model to stop, allow the wing to drop, there it goes. Come round, 1 2-turn spin, and then recover back out to the base heights. You can then do 2 180 degree turns for the landing. You can come left or right, it doesn't really matter which way you go. I'm going to go right just on this occasion, but if the model was blown out and you don't want it too far away, you can turn left and then right, whatever you feel like. But it is judged, same as the takeoff is judged, so do a good job if you can. 280 degree turns, and you've got to end up in the landing area, which it's quoted as sort of a 50 metre diameter, radius, circle, so plenty for landing. Try and make it in the centre if you can. You can see the aircraft, I didn't mention it before, but it's this is actually just the model I fly sort of IMAC practices with. It doesn't have to be a fancy F3A aircraft. Anything that will do the sequence is good enough. So there we go, that's the Clubman FVA schedule for the UK 2026 and onwards. Hope you enjoy the video.